Listen, when you decided that you were no longer going to settle, when you decided that you were no longer going to breadcrumb yourself, when you decided that you were no longer going to overextend yourself to people, places, and things that no longer serve you, when you decided that you were not going to go out of your way and try to befriend people, when you decided that you were okay that they decided to unfriend you, when you decided that you were no longer going to live in lack, but you were going to pick your head up, keep pushing forward, regardless of what it looked like and who spoke against you, when you decided on you, when you betted on you, guess what you did, sweetheart? You ended the cycle and you came off of that hamster wheel. You are no longer walking in deception. You are no longer walking in illusions. You are no longer doing that. You are no longer on that hamster wheel. Those of you that felt like you have ended this cycle, I come as a confirmation to let you know, yes, that is done, sweetheart. You are now walking in a new beginning. You are now stepping over that threshold. You are now leaving your past behind, and you are no longer on that hamster wheel. You're unsubscribing from all of that foolery and fakery. There's no more deception. You know what it is. You know what it ain't. So those of you that are new to the channel, welcome to the Walk Heavy channel. Over here is all gas, no brakes. We're putting our foot on the enemy's neck and we're not letting up. Those of you that are returning, y'all already know. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you for your PayPals, your Cash Apps, your super thanks, your thumbs up, your comments. Those of you that we're, I guess, talking about the volume on the last videos. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to cut up the volume. I'm trying to speak louder. I'm trying to do all of that. But all those videos, the last maybe 5 videos that I posted, those were videos that were like preloads. I told you all I was traveling. I'm now back in town. So every video that you've watched before, those are videos that I had pre-recorded. I could do nothing about those. But hopefully the footage is good on this one. The video is good. The mic is good. All of that. So again, welcome to those of you that are new. We are now family and I love you all so much. So now let's get straight into the video, y'all. And for those of you that are new, yes, I am reading from some index cards and I just allow the spirit to speak to me and through me concerning your life. I was about to say your voice. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Let me read it again. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. The moment you came off of that hamster wheel, you were automatically placed on that potter's wheel. And now you are in your new beginning. Now you are moving forward. Now you know what to settle for, what not to settle for. Now you know your value. So let's get into the first one, y'all. What used to trigger you no longer trigger you. We're talking about you getting off that hamster wheel. We're talking about you getting off that roller coaster. We're talking about you no longer walking in the deceit and the deception of other people. What used to trigger you no longer trigger you. Maybe you were the one that get upset because people didn't respond to you in a timely manner. Maybe you were the one that felt some type of way when people had these side comments. Maybe you were the one that felt some type of way if they didn't choose you for the position or whatever it may be. But you're no longer triggered by any of those things because you realize who you are and whose you are. And nobody can validate you. And what they do and don't do has nothing to do with you. It's all on them. You are no longer triggered by the small talk, the pettiness, any of that. The deception is gone. The illusions are gone. The devil can no longer pull you in the pit anymore. Maybe you did entertain these things and these people before. Maybe you were easily triggered. Maybe you did pop off real quick, but you're not that anymore and you're not that person. You're not doing that anymore because you're no longer on that hamster wheel. You're no longer letting people pull you back to who you used to be. You're in a new beginning now. Those of you that are new to this journey, listen, even if you popped off yesterday, today is a new day. You are out of that cycle now. You are off of that wheel now. You are on the potter's wheel, and God is molding you to the person he has called you to be. And everybody won't like that, because for so long they had you in a chokehold with their games, with their manipulation, with their deceit. But you are not that anymore. You're no longer in that cycle. You have gotten off that hamster wheel, and it's now a new you, a new day, a new version of you. And however you choose to show up today, that's just what it is. So let's go to the next one. You found or finding a peace in what God has allowed. You have found or you're finding peace in what God has allowed. You're no longer resisting. You're no longer trying to go back and forth with people. You're no longer, trying to explain yourself about a situation, trying to explain yourself why you do this and why you do that and who you love and showing them all these things. Listen, sweetheart, that's over for you. That's over for you. You are now in a state of surrender. You are now in a state of flow. You are now at peace at what God has allowed. You realize that you can do nothing about what God has already ordained for your life. Again, you are coming off that hamster wheel, and now you're on the potter's wheel, and he's molding you. And in order for you to be molded, you have to be in the flow. You have to be flexible. You have to know that life is not always going to be great. Sometimes life is going to life, but you're no longer triggered by people, places, and things. No, sir, no, ma'am. You're no longer giving your peace away. You're no longer allowing anybody to dictate what your happiness look like. You are no longer giving away your power. You're not in that cycle anymore. You're not in that back and forth anymore. That's over with. And let me tell you something. Sometimes God will test you. He'll tell you to do something. He'll put you back in that environment just to see, have you learned? Have you grown? And some of you have passed. Somebody has passed. God told you to do something and you did it. Maybe you didn't get the response that you thought you were going to get, but that was for you. To show you your growth, to show you that you're no longer triggered, to show you that you're still walking in love regardless of what people have said and done to you. You still have love in your heart because that cycle has ended. You have learned what you needed to learn. The deception, the foolery, the fakery no longer bothers you. You can brush it off and keep it moving. They can have these slick comments. They can battle with themselves. You don't have the time or the day to entertain that anymore. It's over. Now you're looking towards your future. Remember Jeremiah 29:11. He says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, a hope and a future." That's what you're looking towards. That's what you're working towards. Yes, you may be heartbroken. Yes, there may be days when you feel down and out. Yes, some days may be better than others, but you're still pressing. You're still moving. You're still allowing God to mold you, to heal you, to show you who you are. You're no longer on that hamster wheel, y'all. Those cycles have ended for you. That's over. Let's go to the next one. You're starting to realize you're the author of your story. You're starting to realize you're the author of your story. Listen to me, sweetheart. Your life has already been written, but you have a choice. You either choose this narrow path or you choose the one that everybody frequently rides down, this road that everybody want to go down. You've already gone down that road. You see what's down there. You see the fakes. You see the pretenders. You see the snakes. You see the people out here compete with one another. You've done that, been there, done that, got a badge for it. But now you're stepping over onto this new path, this new you, this person that God has truly called you to be. And yes, he is the creator, but you're the co-creator. You're now rewriting your life. You're now coming into agreement. You're now coming into communion. You're now coming and, with God and letting him mold you and show you who you are. You are now the author of your story. You are rewriting your life. You get to decide who stays and who goes. You get to decide who you entertain, who you don't. You get to decide what your peace and your happiness looks like. You get to decide who deserves your time, your love, your attention. You are now the author of your story. No longer will people have the say-so over your happiness. No longer will they be able to push and pull and have you in this in and out energy. One day you're good, next day you're not. That's too much control over your life. They no longer have that power over you because you're not on that hamster wheel anymore. You are now walking with the Most High. And because of that, sweetheart, you have the authority and the power over your own life to do what you need to do for you and yours. Let's go to the last one, y'all. This is a short video. Hold your head up because you are the few. Hold your head up because you are the few. There's so many people out here that's, yes, having a hard time. They're struggling. They're going through things. But listen, sweetheart, they will never be able to walk a mile in your shoe. If they experience what you experience, listen, these individuals would have folded a long time ago. They would have given up a long time ago. But you are the few. You are one of the ones who's decided to keep pushing, keep moving, keep going, keep growing. You have decided that. And because you made that decision, because you just chose not to settle, because you chose to keep pushing, you now can hold your head up and keep moving. You can keep pressing because you are one of the few. You are a chosen one. Many are called, but few are chosen. You are in that number. You are in that number, sweetheart. So listen to me. Those of you that have come across this video, it's not a coincidence. This is for you. You have made a decision that has put you on a different playing field. You have made a decision that has brought you up out of the pit. You have made a decision to release yourself from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And because you have done that, you're no longer easily triggered by things. You're now starting to realize you're the author of your story. And because of that, you can hold your head high and know that God is with you and for you at all times. Regardless of what it looked like, regardless of what the people say, regardless of how you feel, because some days it's not going to be good. But listen, sweetheart, keep moving, keep pressing, keep going, keep going. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all again for your PayPals, your Cash Apps, your super thanks, your thumbs up, your comments. Thank y'all for being so patient with me. Thank y'all for continuing to love on me. Please know I love each and every single one of you so much, y'all. Until next time, y'all be easy. Peace.